Hannah is chill.
Motherly.
Generous.
Brave.
Calm.
Helpful.
Hannah is compassionate.
Sassy.
Bright.
Fun.
Hannah is compassionate.
Caring.
Pushy.
Hannah is amazing.
Determined.
Interesting.
Passionate.
Nurturing.
Hannah is motherly.
Her mother and siblings, along with a great number of extended family who she loves dearly, and some very close friends who are as close as family.
Hannah, I believe, would consider her family to be her mom and her brother and her sister. And I also think and her grandmother, both grandmothers, and her grandfather. And I also think she would consider her cousins. And she definitely always seems to consider close friends as like family to her. She's told it to me over and over that we're like family to her, and we're just really close friends. So I think her immediate family, her cousins, and her close friends.
Hannah is a very enduring person, and Hannah's goal when she looks for friends is to find friends that she knows are going to be lifelong friends.
If you look at Hannah's friend group, they all have common characteristics of honesty, responsibility, and loyalty. Honesty is very important to her because if you're not truthful in how you treat her, how you feel about her, she'll still be nice to you, but you won't be in her inner friend group, so to speak. And the same goes for responsibility, but when I say responsibility, I'm not meaning in the school sense of it. I'm more meaning in like, if she asks you to do something for her, she expects you to show up or do it for her. Because she doesn't ask very much, but when she does, it's important to her, and as long as you do that for her, it means a lot to her, and if you don't, it shows that she's not one of your priorities, so she won't make you one of hers. And loyalty is very important to her. She is very loyal to any of her friends, and as anybody would expect the same loyalty from someone else, and it works both ways, and it's very important to her.
Hannah's friends would describe her as very loving, very caring, honest, and friendly.
She's just a good role model, all-around person, and she's always there for people.
Her friends would describe her as reliable and compassionate.
Hannah's friends, such as myself, would describe her as being honest, loyal, and compassionate.
Hannah's biggest supporter is her mother, and then Alex, her friend Alex.
Hannah's biggest supporters are her friends, family, and her dog Duke.
The place Hannah goes for refuge would have to be her closest friends, Jesus, or her awesome mama.
For refuge, Hannah finds strength in the Lord, but she also finds strength in her bed, because why go anywhere else? You can go to your bed and make a fort and just hide out there.
Hannah's favorite place to go for refuge would be to the woods on horseback.
Hannah probably goes to her boyfriend because they're attached at the hip, or her sister, or her mom, or probably one of her close friends when she needs refuge.
What comes to mind when I think of what makes Hannah the happiest, I think of horses. She always had one growing up, and so I feel like whenever she goes to ride now, it just like reminds her of her childhood.
Stuff that makes her laugh.
Hannah really likes kids. She really loves being around them, and they really like talking to her, and I think she'd really rather talk to them instead of talk to grown-ups.
Hannah's interests. She loves to ride horses, play with babies, hang out with her friends, and she loves to cook.
Hannah's interests are very wide and varied, but a few of them are she enjoys to ride horses and she loves to cook, but she doesn't like leftovers, and family is a very big deal to her.
Cooking desserts, riding horses, and sleeping.
Hannah is a very goal-oriented person, and if you say Hannah, at the end of the day, you can take a nap. If everything is done, by golly, everything will be complete.
I believe what motivates Hannah would be anything to do with love. Love always has motivated her since she was a little girl. Love for her family, love for her friends, love for her boyfriend, and she loves children. Little children really stir her up and get her motivated. Babies and children. We have just recently adopted a little baby, and the love she has for him is just unbelievable. She's supported us so much and just been there for us, and so anything to do with love and children really motivates Hannah.
Hannah is motivated and encouraged by the people who love her.
A lot of people would be surprised to know that Hannah cannot stand napkins, especially if they're wet. That's just a no-go. So yeah, it's really strange.
People would be interested to know that one time at a horse competition, I watched Hannah fly over a jump, and the horse kept jumping through the jumps. And my mother ran out into the field and started screaming.
Something surprising about Hannah is that she sleeps an unhealthy amount of hours. So anytime she can take a nap, she's just gonna go to sleep. Anytime she can sleep in, she's gonna sleep in until you wake her up.
One of Hannah's biggest fears is the thought of her closest friends or family members being injured or dying.
Hannah is afraid of napkins, which is really weird, but she doesn't like them to touch her, or she doesn't like to look at them or anything. It's really weird.
Hannah will be focused on finishing her education in the next 2 to 3 years. She hopes to work in a small school system for a couple of years and eventually be in administration.
I see Hannah finishing school because she finally found a major that she likes, and I see her getting married and adopting lots of little children.
If Hannah could be doing anything else with her life, she'd probably be a camp counselor for foster kids, because she has such a heart for them and really just anyone who needs love.
If Hannah could be something different, I think she'd really enjoy being in charge of a children's ministry at her church. She's really enjoyed working with Vacation Bible School the last several years, and also has really enjoyed working with the youth at her church.
If Hannah could be anything else, I think she'd be a chef. She likes to cook for people, and her meals are scrumptious.
The way that Hannah would like to be remembered is known as the motherly figure of every friend group she was ever in, and to be known as a compassionate human being.
Someone who has a kind heart to everyone, especially children.
As a caring and a kind Christian woman.
Hannah would want to be remembered as a loving friend who did her best to make the world a better place.